and gotta make it like a TikTok video. So let's just waste all our paint. I'm just kidding. Salutations, my friends. Hello, my name is Maria. This is Love Party Paint. And in today's video, we are going to be trying some TikTok art tutorials. Specifically TikTok painting tutorials. I've seen a couple other videos of people doing like TikTok art hacks, but I'm not sure I've really ever seen anybody just like straight up following a tutorial. So that's what we're going to be doing today, because nothing's funner than watching old ladies trying to use TikTok.
Don't laugh, I ain't got time for that shit.
It's hilarious. So I went through and watched a few painting tutorials, and I picked out my favorite ones. I don't really have that much time today, so we're probably only gonna get a couple of them done because painting takes a while. Even though they make it look like it's 5 minutes, it's probably gonna take you an hour. So I'll just try a couple of them, and we'll kind of see where we end up and how it goes and if it's easy to follow. And you can watch the process. So meet me back at my canvas and subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with all your friends, and let's get painting. Meet me at the canvas. I'll stop moving my hands. Oh shit, this thing is heavy as hell. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. Welcome back to my canvas. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get my phone. We're gonna watch some TikToks together, and then we're gonna try to paint them. Sound like fun? Sounds like fun to me. So let's have some fun. Hey, you're up close and personal. So we are going to, not look in the camera right now. I'm gonna go to the TikTok video, and we're gonna watch it. Oops. Stop, lady. Jeez. Okay, so the first one is from artist Jessica Six Smith. I think I'm saying that right. It's just so many S's in there. And she's going to teach us how to paint water. And her video is literally like 5 seconds long. Hopefully I don't get, well, as long as it's super short, I probably will be fine with the whole like copyright thing. I'm probably gonna have to rewatch it like 10 times, but yeah, no. But here's the thing, I watched this before, and the painting that she paints isn't the painting that she shows. So she's using white and blue. We're gonna just be using regular ultramarine blue. Boop. We'll put some of that on her. I don't know why I paint. I got dog hair in my water and some horrible Liquitex Basics paint that's probably dried out. But you know, they didn't have the brand I wanted. I wanted golden fluid, but they didn't have it. So I just bought this, and it's so nasty. I don't like it. I don't like heavy bodied paint, but we're gonna roll with it. So she said an angled brush. I'm sure I have an angled brush. I have thousands of brushes. What she used was something like this, a little bit smaller. This is boar's hair. I don't think hers is boar's hair. I do have one that's not boar's hair, but to be quite honest, I don't want to find it. So we're gonna use the Chuck brush. Okay, it says block in the white at the top and the dark at the bottom. So I got my brush. I think I already put it in water. I don't remember. So I'm not going to start at the very top because I have my clip there. So we'll start right here. She says block in the top. She said block it in. It says block in white at the top and dark at the bottom. So we're going to block white at the top, dark at the bottom. Dark. I don't have this tape down, so hopefully I don't get too much buckling because I decided just to use some paper. And oh! It's just slipping and sliding everywhere. Probably should take this down. Okay, and now, so I have these blocked, kind of. And now it says, blend with the wide brush and spray for easier blending. Okay, now we'll blend. She didn't say how to blend, but I guess we'll just go for it. Thank God I've painted before, so I know how to do this. But if I didn't, and I hadn't ever, then, oh God, why are you sliding everywhere? I'm gonna have to hold this. Really should have just taken this down. I don't want to blend it too much because, you know, it'll add to the aesthetic if we have some, I don't know, this is the universal sign for that, whatever that is. Now it says add waves, taller and fatter at the bottom and smaller and thinner as you go up. All right, let's do that. Put my paintbrush in there. I'm assuming she's using the angled brush to do this. And she doesn't say what color paint, but we're gonna use the dark paint because I think that's probably what you need to do. So it says fatter, add waves, taller and fatter. The taller and fatter, what does that mean? Taller and fatter? Does she mean longer and wider? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Okay, she says, add waves. What does that mean, add waves? Doesn't really say what it means. Taller and fatter. Taller and fatter. What are you talking about? Does she mean further apart? I bet she means further apart. I mean, these waves could be better, but hey, we're working with like 5 minutes here. And I'm gonna watch this really quick to see what she's talking about. And it says repeat with a lighter color, blending in layers towards the top. Okay, we're going to do that. Blending with lighter shades of the blue, building up the layers. Where am I blending these layers? I don't know where I'm gonna blend these layers. It doesn't say. It says build up the layers of blue. So the only problem with this tutorial, I understand that you only have so many, can you please? You only have so many minutes to be able to like have your video, but even with like the little clips she has, like saying like what to do and how to do it, when you're making a wave or forming a wave, you want it to be, she doesn't talk about, so this is me doing it her way and the instructions she gave. When you're forming a wave, you have to have shadows, and it has to go from like darker to light, which she did do with the ombre, but you can't just like draw lines in there without blending and without putting the highlights and working from dark to light in layers. She kind of says that, but at the same time, she doesn't. I mean, I get that it's like a 5-second tutorial, but there are just a couple like little things missing for me. But I mean, it just looks like an abstract art piece, which is fine. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be a masterpiece. Anyway, that's just my thought on that one. Yeah, so I just feel like if you were a beginner and you were trying to figure out how to paint this, you'd be like completely lost. I mean, it just kind of looks like a little kid did it. Anyway, so that's that. Okay, so not that that one was a fail. I mean, her painting looks beautiful, but it's just too hard to follow. And our next one, okay, so I did 2 pink cloud.
You're doing another one? I'm sorry. How many of these are you doing?
Just like 3. It's gonna take me like 2 minutes. They're like 5 seconds long. I'm sorry, you're doing another one? I'm keeping that in the video. I picked out 2 cloud tutorial ones, pink cloud tutorial ones, to kind of do like a head-to-head to see which one was better. And these are all like kind of viral ones, so it makes sense to do that. And this one is at the Barbie. The Barbies are from Goodwill. It's at, I can't say this name. And then the next one is from, what is your name? The next one is from At the Barbies. Barbies are from Goodwill. At the Barbies are from Goodwill.
me, Junior?
The Barbies Are from Goodwill. And the next one is from The Barbies Are from Goodwill. Hers is a little bit longer. It's her trying to explain to people how to do clothes. She says in the video that she's not very good at explaining it. But usually when people say that, it's actually the opposite. They say they're not good at something.
So you guys wanted a tutorial on how to do clouds. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So you're going to need 4 colors total: the base color, shadow color, highlight color, and then the highlight. So you'll start with the base. And what I'll do is I'll make my brush as like dry as possible with paint, and you just kind of start making an indent of like where you want your clouds to go. And draw your clouds like as you see them in the sky, so like kind of flat, and then they just poof up at the top. And then with the next color, you're gonna like dry off your brush again and then just go over it, but only like more the top, and then you can like fill in towards the bottom, but not all the way.
So you need 4 total colors. The base color, but she doesn't tell us which colors. So I'm just gonna make mine up, I guess. So we'll use some pink, fluorescent pink. We'll do blue and pink and make purple. Pink and make purple. Duh. We'll do blue and pink to make purple, and then our highlight color will just be like white and pink together. And I'm just gonna do it on a white background instead of like painting this blue. If you want to know how to mix purple, I have a super awesome tutorial. I'll put it somewhere in here. It's how to mix the perfect purple. I must say so myself that it's a great video, and a lot of research went into making that video. So if you want to know how to mix the perfect purple, go ahead and watch that. Okay, so make an indent. I like that she's talking. She's using a flat brush, so that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know, she might be using a Boar's hair bristle brush, which is, I can never say that, Boar's hair bristle brush. It's ideal for making clouds like really quickly. If you are gonna use a flat brush, I prefer to use a mop brush when making clouds, because it makes it easier to blend and it makes a smoother transition between like shades and colors. It takes a lot longer, but you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna do our base color, I guess she said. Flat at the bottom is what she's saying, and then they poof up. And she said to make an indent of where you want your cloud to be. So she's just saying place your cloud where you want it to be. And she made her dress bright. I didn't even dunk my brush in water. So yeah, it's gonna work out well for us because it's very dry. Okay, so I have the base, flat on bottom, poofy on the top. Okay, so what she's saying is she's going to put the highlight on top, and then she's going to blend it towards the bottom. I think that's what she's saying, which would be correct. That's a good way. I mean, it's not the only way to make a cloud, but it's a good way to make a cloud. An easy cloud for like a beginner. She said we needed 3 colors. I swore she did. She said 4 different colors, but yet she only explained how to use 2 of them. So that's just something I want to point out. Not really sure why, but okay. So then we'll blend it towards the bottom. We'll just wipe on our brush a little, because you don't want too much paint on here either. That's another thing she didn't really mention. You don't ever want to put too much paint on your brush. This is why, see this? So it's not transitioning. This is why you would want like 4 different colors.
No, I'm not a writer. Okay.
So what you can do is just kind of make almost like a hot pink, like if you were using pink and purple, to blend these, and just to have your transition color be like right here, so you don't have that big gap. And then you can just like add your little highlights, but you don't even have to like really blend it. It's better just kind of like do this on top to kind of like get some variation instead of trying to blend it, because then you're gonna lose like all of your highlight. I don't like using this kind of brush to make clouds. I just don't. It doesn't give you like the right movement that using like this kind of a brush would. Like if you use this and you do the same thing, you're gonna get it way more blended look. I'll just like show you really fast, just because, and you don't even have to really mix the colors as much either. So if you're using a flat brush, look at how much more of like an airbrush and how it blends itself for you. And it's even better if you have like an even smaller, like a scrumbler brush. Those are really great for clouds as well. You don't want to have too much things on it. That's like the key. And usually what I do when I'm making, I'll have like a dry one to kind of like mix the colors together. And you just kind of like scrumble these little colors together. But anyway, you get my point. They just look a lot more realistic than, and building up the layers, like keep building up the layers. And then also what I do is I'll take something like a big mop brush like this, a dry one, and kind of like go over it and fluff it out and blend it a little bit. And then you just keep working those layers until you get like a super blended look. I mean, this way is faster. This way is gonna take you longer. You're gonna, you know, like this is probably midpoint until it starts looking really crisp and clean. And what you can also do to get it like super detailed, take like a little liner brush like this. You can just go on top of the cloud and make these little highlights like this. So you get like the definition you're looking for. See, I just prefer this, you know, look more. It depends on who it is and who's making it. So we're gonna do one more. I'm gonna do another pink cloud tutorial and see if theirs is better. Okay, this one is from Cats.Creativity. So she paints the background pink. It says dab. Okay, hold on. I can't read that fast. Dab dark pink in a line. So we're gonna dab the dark pink in a line. And it says step 3, blend in white pink while it is wet. So she's painting wet on wet to make it faster. Okay, I can already say I like this one better because of the type of brush she's using. Okay, and then it says add dark pink shadows. So she's doing the highlight first and then she's going in with the shadows. That's kind of how I work in different layers. Okay. And then she has a little rainbow in there. How cute is that? Her clouds look great. So I like both clouds. I think both paintings are beautiful. This one's a little more like the other one looked a little more realistic, and I think she probably spends a lot more time longer than she did on her video on the other one. But these are super cute and I really like them. So she's using a round brush to make her pointed round brush, kind of like this one. This is, I have no idea what this is. This has some weird stuff on it. I don't know what this is.
Okay.
It's just a medium round. So she paints the whole thing. We're gonna use our big giant brush again to get this paint on here quick. Step 1 is to take your pink. Let's take our pink and gotta make it like a TikTok video. So let's just waste all our paint. Just kidding. That's what they always do, or they like dab it right on the thing. So I'm gonna leave these ones on here and we'll compare what they look like using the different techniques and the different brushes. Because it's like a face-off. So we're gonna take our hot pink. Ooh. I don't know why I'm feeling. And now she uses a lighter pink and that pointed round. What did I do with that? Okay, now she uses a lighter pink and pointed around. Oh no, she used a darker pink. You can make a darker pink by just adding like red in. Or you can add a little bit of blue to your pink. It'll make it like kind of a purple, but just don't add too much and then you'll be safe. So I'm gonna put a little blue, just a tiny bit of blue, into my pink. Sun is getting really annoying. And she's supposed to step 2, dab dark pink in a line. So dab dark pink in a line. Put it right here. Dab some dark pink in a line. I know it's purple, but that's alright, I think. Okay.
Okay.
You did a lot of paint actually, so maybe we'll use more paint. And then it says, step 3, blend in white paint while wet. Okay, so what she's doing is she's working from top to bottom on this, and she's not really blending it, she's kind of doing like a step, but she's just kind of going like this. Like that. Kind of blending it, but kind of dabbing it. She says, add more white highlights. A little bit of white highlight, and then puts it on the tips, kind of like how I was doing over here. Well, pretty much exactly like how I was doing over there. Super bright. I like how fluffy and round her clouds are, honestly. I think they're really cute. She adds more shadow after. She goes through and deepens the shadow again. When you're adding your shadows in, don't use too much paint. You have to be really careful of that. Oh! Honestly, I still like my way better. I mean, I'm sure every person who does like their clouds prefers their way. Her way is super fast. You're like want to do something really fast and have fun clouds super fast. That's a great way. I know a lot of artists who make their clouds this way and it works for them, but it never works for me. I think this young lady's clouds were phenomenal. They look really cool and like really airbrushed, but she probably spends a lot of time on them. I'm not good at making them that way. I cannot use a flat brush to make clouds to save my life. I've never been able to do it, and every time I try to do it, my clouds look terrible. My way takes really long, but the coolest thing about it is that it just ends up looking more realistic. Anyway, you can kind of get an impression of what mine look like. Hers are great. They're more of like a playful style. But with layers, you can see how mine are going to look more realistic. I just have to put a rainbow in here. I can't. I have to. Just my life isn't going to be complete unless I put a rainbow in this. That's what I always have to say when I'm making a rainbow. I have to say the colors out loud. Otherwise, I'll screw it up. Oh, look. I had to make a cute little rainbow in there. So adorable. Well, here's our final thing. I actually really like this. I think it's super cute. I'm probably going to cut it out and keep it. Maybe work on it a little bit more. Anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. This is Love Cry Paint signing off. I'll catch you next week or maybe the week after, whenever I have time to film. And adios, amigos. It was super fun doing these TikTok tutorials. Salute! Super fun, awesome video. What am I, Barbie? I don't know what's with these hands.